Every single day, founders and investors sit down with numbers stacked in front of them, metrics glowing on screens, dashboards blinking like cold, distant stars. But here's the raw truth nobody tells you loud enough. Most of those numbers are lies dressed as facts. You stare at IRRS, MOICs, DPI, and you feel the pressure building, the pressure to justify, to perform, to hit that magic number that makes you look good to your LPS, your board, your co-founders. But inside, a terrifying voice is screaming, is any of this really measuring what matters? Because if it's not, then what the hell are you chasing? And what's the cost to your soul, your drive, your vision? Here's a brutal reality. Fund manager performance metrics have become charades. They cover up the gut-wrenching chaos behind every deal you close or lose, every partnership that sparks a flame or fizzles into smoke. They're a comforting illusion that lulls you into thinking you're winning the game of capital and impact. But deep down, there's a bigger story. One that no spreadsheet dares show you. What's your pain? It's the anxiety of numbers that fluctuate like the markets themselves. One quarter you're a hero, the next a target. It's the frustration when metrics don't catch your real work. The blood, sweat, and burn nights spent hunting for that breakthrough, building trust, navigating the impossible. Metrics don't count the whispered yes after endless maybes. They drown your intuition, your vision in a sea of noise, as if cash-on-cash return can measure the fire burning in your gut, the instinct that tells you where not to put money, when to hold back, when to leap. So stop for a sec and ask, what if the numbers you obsess over aren't the real score? What if they're the system's way of boxing you in, making your brilliance fit inside its neat little cage of past performance, averages, benchmarks? You are not a spreadsheet. You are a general partner, a creator of futures, not a page in a quarterly report. Listen up, because here's where it gets real. Your salvation isn't in doubling down on what everyone measures. It's in rewiring how you see performance. The traditional metrics don't capture the intangibles that set you apart, and that's the core of your frustration and fury. Firstly, start measuring alignment, not just outcomes. Ask, does this fund manager truly understand your vision? Do they challenge it, refine it, amplify it? Or are they just ticking boxes? Alignment is the secret sauce that the market doesn't quantify, and that disconnect is often the silent killer of supposed winning investments. Secondly, wake up to the power of time to value. Don't settle for metrics that only celebrate exit velocity or internal rate of return years down the line. Measure how quickly a fund manager can move from deal sourcing to real impact. Speed combined with insight, that's power. If your fund manager can unlock doors, build ecosystems around your startups, bring follow-on capital fast, then you're looking at a dynamo, not just a number. Third, demand transparency on failures. Yes, failures. The raw, unvarnished truth about what didn't work and why. Too many fund managers hide losses or rebrand them as lessons without giving you the straight talk. The most valuable metric? Honest, brutal reflections that fuel next moves. If your fund manager can own their screw-ups and show you how they're pivoting, guess what? They're growing, and your capital isn't stuck in denial. It's in motion. Now here's the kicker that shatters everything you knew. Loyalty from founders. Inside the portfolio is a performance metric no one uses, but every founder craves. If a fund manager has founders clamoring to work with them again, if they have startups singing their praises even when checks stop for the network, the advice, the grit, that's a signal buried deep under the typical KPIs. Because loyalty can't be faked. It's earned through empathy, respect, and relentless support. So what must you do right now? Tear out the old rulebook. Stop worshiping metrics that reward past comforts and mediocrity. Instead, 1. Build your own scorecard focused on culture fit, strategic insight, and relentless adaptability. If a fund can't show you a plan that changes dynamically with market truths, run. 2. Measure engagement. Does this manager push founders? Do they stay late? Do they open doors internationally instead of just local parties? Their hustle is your alpha. 3. Insist on layered feedback from LPs, founders, co-investors. The real story is never in one place. Seek the full spectrum, expose contradictions, and forge understanding from the chaos. 4. Demand radical transparency. Quarterlies aren't enough. Your fund manager should give you a pulse on portfolio health with brutal honesty and no fluff. 5. Finally, cultivate your own network of peers, those few who get it. The right GP is connected to other visionaries, shaping futures at every turn. Isolation is death, synergy, life. Hear this loud. Every dollar you invest, every deal you greenlight should be a brick in the foundation of a future you believe in, not just a line in a ledger. Your fund managers are architects, sculptors of the next world. If you don't hold them to standards that reflect boldness, truth, and relentless self-overcoming, they will settle for mediocrity, and with them, so does your future. The world we're building demands more. No more illusions, no more comfort zones. It wants fire, it wants fight, it wants those who transcend the old limits of capital and calculation. If you choose to measure your fund managers only by old metrics, you enslave yourself to yesterday's rules. But if you dare to redefine performance, through alignment, speed, radical honesty, loyalty, and strategic vision, you unleash a force that breaks barriers and reshapes futures. This is a call to arms. Stop chasing numbers that lie. Stop accepting comfortable illusions. Connect deeply, measure fiercely, demand honestly, and build relentlessly. Because when you do, you don't just measure fund manager performance, you spark the becoming of a new era. And that, my friends, is power no metric on earth can contain.